You ready?
Mhm.
Alright, it's the first episode of the Poor Man's YGO, and what are we playing today?
So I played Prank Kids for the new format, and I went undefeated at locals today. So I'll start with the main deck. For hand traps, I played 3 Effect Veiler and 3 Ash. And the reason you play Effect Veiler instead of Impermanence in Prank Kid is because when you use Prank Kid's Pranks at the end of your turn to draw a card, if you top deck the Veiler, you can use it, but if you top deck the Impermanence, you can't set it, so you can't use it. Then for Prank Kids monsters, I played 3 green, 3 blue, 3 red, and 3 yellow, standard. I know that some people are playing 2 green when yellow came out, but I think that seeing as many monsters as possible is really important. So they all have different effects. When they're used as material, they can summon from hand or deck. So this one banishes 1 to draw 1. This one burns for 500, then summons. This one gains 1,000, then summons. And then this one Foolish Burial Goods, and then summons. Then the last monster I played was 3 copies of King of the Swamp because it's really important to see a fusion spell in this deck because that's how you get your combos online 9 times out of 10. For search power, I played 3 of the field spell and 1 terraforming. It searches a monster and protects your chain links when you go into summon success window for some of your combos. I played 2 of the in-archetype fusion spell because it's searchable with Doodle Doo. It's a quick play, it's really good for interrupting on your opponent's turn, and you can use it as a combo starter if you need to, but it locks you into Prank Kids for the turn, so it's better to use it later. 3 pranks because it's a combo starter. You discard any Prank Kid card to summon a token. That plus a normal summon gets you online. 3 of the best card in the deck, Instant Fusion. Instant Fusion is broken because it summons Rocket, and Instant Fusion plus a Prank Kid monster in hand with no interruptions is full combo. 3 Poly to be searched out by the King of the Swamps. And then to round out the spells, I played 2 Desires to see extra cards and 2 Called by the Grave to stop interruptions.
So, do desires screw you at all?
No, you play, because of the number of 3-ofs you play, it's really a non-issue. And then I played 2 of the trap card that lets you link summon on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
I didn't actually end up having to use the graveyard effect, but it can be really strong. When it's in graveyard, you can banish it when your opponent attacks, and you shuffle as many Prank Kids as you want back into the deck and cut the attack of the attacking monster by 100 for each. So it basically refreshes your resources and possibly protects you from battle, which can be strong. Extra deck is pretty standard. 3 of the best monster. So this one is Soul Charge. You can put 4 link materials on the field with this basically at any point in the game. It's your combo starter, just absurd. And the fact that you can instant fusion it makes it even better. 2 Chicken. This card's really good. It searches a combo piece and it gives you resources into your hand. And it's a 2K link too. Like, the nice thing about this deck is all of the monsters are really big. So, like, if worse comes to worse, you can play in a simplified game state, and then you just have to resolve a link summon or a fusion summon, and you're back online. I played 2 Dog. I know a lot of people only play 1, but I play more aggressively, so I burn through my resources faster. And I think having the 2 is strong because, like, you use 1 to get back resources on your opponent's turn for a blowout, and then on your own turn you summon the second one and you steroid something by 1,000. I played 2 Washer. Again, similar reason for playing 2 Washer as I played 2 Dog. I want to be able to extend into late game without having to recycle this with pranks because there are better targets to recycle. So I'd rather just say, I'll take the extra deck slot, I'll use it when I need to use it, and then I have it again if I need it. It does the same thing as Rocket, summons 2 from the graveyard for tributing itself, but it does it only during your opponent's turn. Really, again, just another good card for recurring resources. The 2 board wipe monsters, I resolved both of them equally actually today. Usually I resolve Butler more, but Roaster actually put in a lot of work against, I played against anti-meta Banish, and I just blew out the back row and it was over. These are the boss monsters of the deck, but they stay on the field the least, which is kind of interesting and it makes the deck fun. Toad, because of the 2 Prank Kid plus a fusion spell combo, you can resolve this and end on a board wipe if you open 2 Prank Kid monsters and a fusion spell. So that's the second combo that you can resolve. And then 3 generic Link 4s. I played Borrelsword to end games, Avermax to get over threats, and Appaloosa because I pulled it. I didn't end up summoning her today. She felt a little bit like a win more card, but I think it's because she would be better in a different kind of deck.
Yeah.
He's really strong. Like, this card is really good because, like, let's say you're going into like your second turn and your opponent contests your board and you're able to make Rocket and you have Chicken and Dog in graveyard. You contribute Rocket to summon Chicken and Dog, and then you can link off into another Chicken or another Dog, or even better yet, you contribute Rocket to summon back 2 regular monsters from the graveyard, go into Chicken, resolve a search, summon 2 from the deck, link those 2 into Dog, and because both of these were summoned from the extra deck, you summon Avermax. It's just ridiculous.
Do you have any proxies for like these like substitutes for like these cards? Because these
Substitutes?
sometimes might be out of
Yeah,
people's range.
so Appaloosa isn't necessary at all.
Yep.
So you could play whatever else you wanted. Something like Borrelode would be fine, but like if you're trying to cover Borrelsword, I would switch that out for a Borrelode. And you could even play like Topologic Bomber Dragon instead, because like if you summon from deck while Topo Bombo is live, you get to blow up the main monster zones,
Okay.
which is cool. So those are like inexpensive. This is only like a $10 card, so
Okay.
it's not like. But like I would spend the $10 on this card. Like if you're balling on a budget, like the main deck is not that expensive.
No, that's really cheap.
So like, spend the $10 on the Avermax, you won't regret it.
Yeah.
Then the side deck, I played a really like go second side, because I feel like the deck performs well enough going first. I played 3 Chalice to force out monster-based negation. I played 3 Pankratops because it's broken.
Pankratops format.
I played 3 Reboot to OTK. I played 3 Gnome. Gnome isn't necessary, so like again, if you're playing on a budget, like I feel like these 3 cards are all pretty budget, but Gnome is really good in certain matchups, but you could switch it out for a different hand trap, like, I don't know. Lancia could be good because Orcust is still seeing some play, so like that could be an option. And then I played 3 Sphere Mode because the deck has trouble breaking boards but doesn't always need its normal summon to resolve combos, so it felt normal to just do that.
Yep.
So I'll show you guys 1 combo. Maybe I'll do 2.
Alright.
Do we have time?
We got all the time in the world.
Okay. So I'll show you the Instant Fusion plus any Prank Kid combo, which is like your bread and butter combo, and then I'll show you Poly plus 2 Prank
You mind if I
Kids.
ask a question first?
Yeah.
So some people, me especially, because I used to play a Thunder Dragon Prank Kid deck, that's not really necessary anymore in this current meta, right?
So I was talking to a friend before the tournament about playing regular Prank Kid or playing Thunder Prank Kid, and the problem I have with Thunder Prank Kid is sometimes you're going to have to use Pandemonium to resolve your combo. And Pandemonium locks you into Prank Kids, so you can't tribute the Fansies for the Colossus because it's not a Prank Kid. So like, I feel like the best way to play the Thunder version, we were talking about this, is to just tech in 3 Matrix to steroid your Doodle or your Fansies or your Butler, and then you just tribute to make Colossus and then you're done. But again, I don't think it's the best version of the deck.
Steroid your doodle. That's illegal. How dare you say that? This is a family-friendly restaurant.
Anyway, so the Instant Fusion combo goes like this. You Instant Fusion for Rocket. I'm gonna do this upside down.
Yep.
Then you normal summon your Prank Kid, it doesn't matter which one it is. We'll use Fansies. You link them off for Doodle. Doodle chain link 1, Fansies chain link 2. Doodle adds the fusion spell. Fansies sends this to summon any Prank Kid from the deck.
Okay. And more than likely the time you want to send the plan, right?
Yes, plan is the correct target to send every single time.
Yeah.
Then you immediately fusion summon into another copy of Rocket. Drop these triggers to summon one from deck. Rocket Ride activates.
Yeah.
Soul Charge. You link off for Dog. At that point, Red would trigger.
It's a chicken Caesar salad wrap.
You're gonna summon the one that you originally used. If you end up using Rock in the combo, you don't cycle back into this because you just cycle Rock into whichever. You have to end on either green, blue, or red. So if you end up using Rock, you have to go into green, blue, or red to end the combo. Then you tribute this to add back these two,
I'm sure you know that.
and then you set them.
I had an argument with someone.
And then during your opponent's turn, you can decide whether you want a Regeki or Harpy's Feather Duster, because during their standby phase, you sack this off to add back these two.
Be the same temperature.
So if you want a Regeki, super easy, you just fusion with these three materials and make Butler. And if you want a Feather Duster, you fuse these two into Washer.
Yeah. It's all turning into poop.
Then you summon two from deck. I'm not going to do that because it's not required for the combo. Then you Washer back these two.
Wonder Wake.
And then you plan these two away for Roaster.
Okay.
So you can either Regeki or Feather Duster on your opponent's turn with that combo.
Yep.
Then I'll show you the two Prank Kids plus Poly for Toad plus a board wipe.
I do have a question though. What was your hardest matchup today?
None of the above. Like, this deck just like, in this format, if you go first with Prank Kid, you're like pretty much all set to just play, because most decks can't take a board wipe either in the back row or in the monster zones. Like, so you just, as long as you know your matchup, you're fine. So like obviously against Orcust, you're gonna Regeki. Against anti-meta, you're gonna Feather Duster. So like, you just assess the matchup. So for this combo, it's a little bit more involved. You Poly for Rocket Ride. You summon two from the deck. The two different ones from the ones that you used, obviously.
Yep.
I'm not gonna. Oh, I do have to do this ending too, unfortunately, because you have to end on the board. So Fansies would send that whenever you end up using it. So like I said, for example, these two, but you can resolve it with any, as long as it's not two of the same. Then you tribute. Then you link. You search. And then it's important that you end on a blue,
Okay, why is it important that you end on a blue?
because that's your Toad material.
Okay.
And then it doesn't matter what this one summons. Then you tribute, add back. So you have fusion spell, trap, blue.
You haven't even normal summoned yet.
Right. Then you normal. Then you link for dog.
What up, dog? So you have a Harpy's Feathers Duster, a Negate, and a regular.
Right. So essentially the way that this works is you Toad to negate something. Okay, so you have to set these two, obviously.
Yeah.
So you Toad to negate something. Toad adds back drop because it's an aqua. Then dog adds back two from graveyard. You can add back green and yellow in this case, I guess, because you just want to have like all different colors, right, among your what you have disposable. So then again, really easy, those three for Butler, or you do the same thing that we did before. You do 2 for Washer. Washer summons back the 2 links from graveyard. Then this summons Rip Roaring Roaster with the 2 links.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really diverse deck. You can end on negation, and then you always end on an interrupt with these combos, which is really good. And it's not just like one monster destruction. Like Orcust is great because it has Topologic Bomber Dragon, but like you can avoid Topologic Bomber Dragon 9 times out of 10 with this deck, and then you can Butler away their Topologic Bomber Dragon when they banish to summon Longirsu, so that they don't trigger it, and then they just end on Longirsu, and you have 3 main deck monsters, and then you can use this to link 2, and then you summon 2 more from deck. And so it's just all about making sure that you have the advantage, like you have more cards out of the deck at a time than your opponent, and like every single card in the deck guarantees that you do that.
Alrighty. That's all the time we got, but awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Dude, Prank Kids.
Prank Kids.
Never thought they would ever like do this good.
No, they're awesome.
Alright.
It's gonna be a good deck this format.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright. See you guys. Bye.